I have a confession. I have read Great Gatsby for 3 times, like once when I was in high school, once when I just got to the university, and the 3rd time a couple of months ago. You may ask why. I should tell you that because maybe I thought that maybe I was too young to get it, and after the 3rd time I was bored. I mean, not bored, angry. Because this book is supposed to be the great American novel. It's taught in every school. It has Leonardo DiCaprio in a suit, which is gorgeous. Okay, but you know what it actually is? A slow, dry, melodramatic story about a bunch of rich people who have no problems, no personality, and no reason for me to care about them. You're not supposed to love every book that you read, okay? Today, I'm going to tell you why this book is boring, why the characters are unlikable, and why that's actually the point, but not in the way you think. So stay with me. Hi, welcome to Lily's Lit Take 2nd episode. Here comes the context that most teachers skip. Like The Great Gatsby was published in 1925. It was not a hit back then. Honestly, it sold poorly and Fitzgerald died thinking that he was a failure. Why? Because in 1925, people were deep into Ulysses by James Joyce, a wild, experimental, difficult book, and Hemingway had just dropped his debut collection In Our Time. Everyone was watching him, and everyone was waiting to see what he would do next, and a year later he blew the doors open with The Sun Also Rises and pushed Gatsby even further into the margins. Gatsby sits in a strange middle ground, like it wants to be poetic and deep, but it's also painfully slow. And the entire plot is like a guy throws parties to get a girl, girl is married to someone who's a jerk, and guy dies, and that's it. And the famous green light, it's a metaphor that gets repeated so many times it loses all its power. So no, I'm not dumb for finding it boring. The 1920s basically agreed with me. My first reason is that there's no one to root for. Like Nick Carraway, the narrator of the story, says at the beginning that Hi guys, it's me Lily. I'm editing the video right now, and I just realized that I said 2 wrong words here in this part. I mean, I said included instead of saying inclined, and I said reversed instead of saying reserved. So I'm really sorry. I didn't realize it when I was recording the video, and I don't know how it happened, so my apologies guys. I'm included to reverse all judgments. Then he spends the whole book judging everyone. He's a hypocrite. Tom Buchanan is a racist, abusive character, and Daisy is so shallow that when Gatsby shows her his fancy t-shirts, she cries because they're beautiful, not because she loves him. And Gatsby, he's a criminal who throws parties hoping a married woman will show up. He doesn't love Daisy. He loves the idea of Daisy from 5 years ago, and he literally says that her voice is full of money. That's a quote, like he's in love with her wealth and status. So tell me, which one of these people would you want to have a beer with? For me, I would say no, thank you. No, none. They're all terrible, and when every character is unlikable, a book becomes a chore, not a pleasure. My second reason is that nothing happens for most of the book. Like, let me summarize the middle 100 pages of this book. Like, Gatsby throws parties, Nick goes to a party, Gatsby stares at a green light, and Daisy comes to one of his parties, and Gatsby is nervous, they're having tea, Gatsby shows his house, and they have an awkward lunch together. Tom gets angry, they go to New York, Daisy cries, they drive back. Yeah, that's the amount of plot. Fitzgerald writes beautiful sentences. I mean, I'm not hating him, but beautiful sentences don't make a plot. It's like Fitzgerald was getting paid by the word. I mean, basically he was actually. Compare this book to a book like The Picture of Dorian Gray. Every chapter in that book, something changes, okay? Like, we have a change happening, or to a modern thriller. And Gatsby is essentially a short story stretched to novel length with a lot of descriptions of curtains and weather. The famous Eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckleburg, they're just a billboard. I mean, they don't do anything, they symbolize some stuff. Sure, but symbolism isn't action. Now, before the comments explode, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, that's exactly the point. It's showing the emptiness and pointlessness of the wealthy class. Gatsby is a victim of this shallow dream. And you're right. I mean, you're 100% right. And that is the theme of the book. But there's a problem. Does delivering that message save the book from being exactly what it's criticizing? Having a brilliant theme doesn't automatically make a boring story interesting. It's like trying to cure someone's insomnia by giving them a boring lecture about the dangers of insomnia. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if the experience itself is a slog, then deep meaning doesn't magically make it a page turner. But okay, let's push further. You're gonna probably say that Gatsby is a tragic hero. Let's test that. I mean, a tragic hero is someone we pity. Do we pity Gatsby? He's a bootlegger who lies about his past. He waits outside of Daisy's house all night like a stalker. When he dies, only 3 people come to his funeral, and one of them is his dad, which he barely talked to when he was alive. And that's sad, I guess, but sad doesn't mean good. A car crash is sad. That doesn't make it art. The problem is that Fitzgerald wants us to feel bad for rich people who are sad because they're rich. That's a tragedy. That's a first world problem in a tuxedo. And calling it the Great American Novel is an insult to books like Huckleberry Finn or Beloved that actually have something to say about America, not just about rich people's feelings. Look, I'm not saying that Great Gatsby is a bad book, or I'm not giving hate to Fitzgerald. It's beautifully written and he was very talented, especially the line that he says, so we beat on boats against the currents, borne back ceaselessly into the past. It's a gorgeous line, I'm not denying it, but here's a real question, like, how much power does that line have without 180 pages of boredom before it? Is that final line a diamond sitting on a mud pie, and instead of saving it, does it just make the contrast even more ridiculous? Look, you can respect a book and still find it boring. Gatsby is important for its style, its snapshot of jazz age, and its famous quotes, but it's not fun to read. That's okay to admit. Like, you're not stupid if you fell asleep. You're just honest. The real Great American Novel should make you feel other than, thank God that's over. For me, Gatsby fails the test. If you want my personal picks for books that actually deserve that title, I would say that The Grapes of Wrath, where you can smell the dust and sweat of real people fighting to survive, or Blood Meridian, a book that grabs the raw violence at the heart of America and just refuses to let go. Those are my contenders. Now it's your turn. I want you to, in the comment section, recommend one book that you think is actually better than The Great Gatsby. Like one book that deserves the title of Great American Novel. I'll read all of your comments and I'll read the top 3 and maybe I'll make a video on them. So for the next week, maybe we would go for Catcher in the Rye. Let me give you a spoiler. Holden isn't deep, he's just annoying. See you then. Bye!